Welcome to this quick information video brought to you by Cargo Learning Academy. In this video, we will be looking at the rules applicable to hand sanitizer being taken by passengers and crew into an aircraft. We are all very aware of the current coronavirus pandemic. And we are also all aware that South Africa is under coronavirus lockdown at the moment. It is currently the 16th of June 2020, and in South Africa, the coronavirus lockdown has unfolded as follows. We had our level 5 lockdown from the 26th of March up until the 30th of April. Level 4 lockdown started on the 1st of May and ran through up until the 31st of May. And level 3 lockdown started on the 1st of June. As I'm quite sure you know, under level 3 regulations, limited air travel for business purposes is allowable. So yes, we do have a small number of business passengers traveling back and forth. These passengers will obviously be wearing the appropriate PPE as per government regulations, and many, if not most of them, will be taking along with them hand sanitizers as well. Now, the hand sanitizers will either be on the person or in their luggage. In view of the fact that most hand sanitizers contain at least 60% alcohol by volume, hand sanitizers are viewed by the aviation industry as a Class 3 hazardous product, flammable liquids. The following quick video will just show you a little bit about the hazard posed by hand sanitizers. So yes, alcohol-based hand sanitizers are dangerous goods, and as such, it is important for us who work in the aviation industry to know what the rules are for safety reasons relevant to hand sanitizers taken into the aircraft by either crew or passengers. On the 16th of April 2020, the International Air Transport Association published a guidance applicable to this specific topic. The aspect that we are looking at gets covered halfway down the second page of this guidance. Let's zoom in a bit closer and have a look and see what IATA says. Carriage of alcohol-based hand sanitizer in passenger and crew baggage. Paragraph 2.3.5.1 of the IATA Dangerous Goods Regulations sets out the allowances for passengers and crew to have in their checked or carry-on baggage medicinal or toiletry articles, which may include articles containing alcohol as follows. 2.3.5.1 Medicinal or toiletry articles and aerosols in Division 2.2. They talk here of non-radioactive medicinal or toiletry articles, including aerosols. The term medicinal or toiletry articles is intended to include such items as hairsprays, perfumes, colognes, and medicines containing alcohols. Aerosols in Division 2.2 with no subsidiary hazard for sporting or home use are also included. So these substances are allowed, but only in limited quantities. The note that follows explains to us or outlines the quantity limitations that apply to the crew and the passengers. So let's read further. The total net quantity of all such articles carried by each passenger or crew member under the provisions of DGR 2.3.5.1 must not exceed 2 kilograms or 2 liters, and the net quantity of each single article must not exceed 0.5 kilograms or 0.5 liters. Release valves on aerosols must be protected by a cap or other suitable means to prevent accidental release of the contents. Alcohol-based hand sanitizer is acceptable under the provisions of DGR 2.3.5.1. However, It should be noted that where passengers or crew wish to have the hand sanitizer in their carry-on baggage, that the limit of 100 milliliter or equivalent per item for liquids and gels in accordance with the aviation security provisions apply. I will explain to you clearly what IATA is saying over here as we proceed further on through this video. I hope as I read through this that you realized that this paragraph applies to the contents of Table 2.3.A. This is a copy of Table 2.3.A. And that paragraph, yes, is contained on Table 2.3.A. Let's have a look and see where. Just for the sake of clarity, so we can see clearly, I numbered all the individual entries on Table 2.3.A. And this specific aspect that I just read to you is number 30 on Table 2.3.A. So let's get a bit closer and just read that then. That IATA memo that I just read to you is word for word the same as the contents on Table 2.3.A. So what IATA is thus implying is that hand sanitizers fall under item number 30 on Table 2.3.A, and as such they are allowable. Let's just have a quick look at the application and the contents of the rules then. Item number 30 covers the following issues, the following aspects. Yeah, issues or things like deodorants, perfumes, colognes, hairsprays, Q-Tex, Q-Tex remover. You get these Division 2.2 items as well. You know, this is an air dust. It's simply a canister pressurized with air that people who are involved with photography, for example, will often use. Here are just some further examples, but also item number 30 includes medicines that contain alcohol, like certain cough syrups, for example. And under this, you know, medicines containing alcohol, this is where IATA slots in hand sanitizers then as well. So yes, item number 30 on Table 2.3.A covers products such as deodorants, perfumes, colognes, hairsprays, Q-Tex, Q-Tex remover. I'm aware that this Q-Tex remover that I'm showing you over here has a capacity of 550 ml, and if you are alert, which I'm quite sure you are, you will notice that there's a problem with items that have a capacity of more than 500 ml. Yeah, we look here at also air dusters and medicines containing alcohol, and definitely hand sanitizer slots in on Table 2.3.A under element number 30 then. So let's have a quick look at the rules that we get from this section that are applicable to us as far as these items are concerned. The first rule that I want to highlight, just to get structure to the contents here, is the following. You can see there where I put the little red laser point, let's call it a laser pointer. It says there, release valves on aerosols must be protected by a cap. So I'm going to put that up, you know, as far as all of these items are concerned, as rule number 1. Rule number 1, each item, and that includes hand sanitizers, deodorants, perfumes, colognes, hairsprays, they must have a cap on, and the cap obviously serves to help prevent accidental release of the content. That is the first very important thing to highlight. Then, what next? Let's read further. Reading through this then. The next aspect that I want to highlight is the following. You can see there just to the left of the laser pointer. It says there, each single article must not exceed 0.5 kilograms or 0.5 liters in capacity. Now that's very important. So rule number 2 when it comes to deodorants, hairsprays, colognes, Q-Tex, Q-Tex removers, the works. And this includes hand sanitizers. No individual item is allowed to have a capacity above 500 milliliters. We are here looking at the capacity of the container and not the contents. The capacity of the container is not allowed to be above 500 milliliters. So what next? Let's read further. The next rule, and I'm going to read there from where I've got the little laser point. Let me take that away. It says the total net quantity of non-radioactive medicinal or toiletry articles and non-flammable, non-toxic Division 2.2 aerosols must not exceed 2 kilograms or 2 liters. So what does that mean? This is where rule number 3 then comes into the bigger picture. Each passenger may only have a maximum of 2,000 milliliter in total. So if you look at all of these products shown over here, including hand sanitizers, and we look here at the capacities of the containers, each passenger may not have more than 2,000 milliliter in total. Now, I know they do talk there about grams as well, but in South Africa, our products normally are measured in milliliters and not in grams. So I'm just sort of standardizing it from our approach then. And that's it. These are the 3 rules that govern these substances. There are further aspects that I will highlight as we proceed further. Not too far to go, by the way. But let's just quickly have a look then at the remainder of the contents on table 2.3.A. If you look at the 4 columns to the right-hand side, in the first column, there where I put the laser pointer, it says there, is the approval of the operator required? And the answer is no. So for all of these things, airline permission is not required. It may be taken. With that then said, I just need to highlight that the airline does have the right to have their own internal rules that might differ from this. We will obviously refer to that then as an operator variation. Important to keep in mind, IATA provides their guidance as far as how to treat these aspects over here. But an airline can go against this as long as the airline is more restrictive. But from a basic elementary IATA approach, okay, is airline permission required for these elements, these aspects? No. Next, may these items, these products, including the hand sanitizers, may they be in checked baggage? It says there, yes. Are these items permitted in carry-on baggage? And the answer is yes, as you can see over there. And then lastly, in terms of table 2.3.A, must the pilot in command of the aircraft be informed of the presence, the location of these products inside the cabin of the aircraft or in the cargo hold? The answer is no, that's not necessary in terms of table 2.3.A. So these are the 3 rules that we apply relevant to these products. A last issue just to add, as I did do earlier, is, and I'm going to throw it out here as a 4th rule. On international flights, from a South African perspective, the lag rules also apply. Our CAA does not require that the lag rules apply on domestic flights. They only apply on international flights. So for domestic flights, this is it. These are the rules. On international flights, we have to add the lag rule then as well, or the lag rules. And the lag rules simply indicate that any liquids, aerosols, or gels taken into the cabin by the passenger as hand luggage on international flights must have a capacity of 100 milliliters or less. From a security perspective, the security staff are, I hope, well versed as far as that then is concerned. So yes, that's it. These are the rules relevant to these products being taken by the passengers or crew into the aircraft. I hope you are comfortable with it. So it may be taken. You'll see on this illustration over here, relevant to these items, including hand sanitizer, as you can see over there then. Is airline permission required? No. Provided the limitations applicable to the volumes of the containers are complied with, no individual item may have a capacity above 500 ml. In total, the passenger may not have more than 2,000 ml, and each item must have a cap on. On domestic flights, these things may be taken into the cabin as hand luggage, or they may be checked in. And on international flights, the lag rules then also apply. Just a last thought, then we are done with this then. So just a quick last thought here. At the top of table 2.3.A, it says the following. It says, dangerous goods must not be carried in or as passenger or crew checked or carry-on baggage, except as otherwise provided below. Now, the next sentence is important. It says there, dangerous goods permitted in carry-on baggage are also permitted on one's person, except where otherwise specified. So what they're simply saying there is, seeing that hand sanitizers may be in carry-on baggage, they may be on the person in his or her pocket during the flight then as well. That's it. Done and dusted. I hope you are comfortable with all these rules and regulations. all the best as far as coronavirus is concerned, and if all goes well, I will see you very shortly on the other side of this pandemic. Take care, keep well, look after yourself, and be safe.